Good morning, Catalina Foothills Church. This is Rob Pendley, and I'm doing the devotion today, but John Tyler from Push Ridge Christian Academy will be bringing the sermon on Sunday. Colossians chapter 3, verses 1 through 17 are John Tyler's verses, and I'm going to read them to you. If then you have been raised with Christ, seek the things that are above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things that are above, not on things that are on earth. For you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you'll also appear with him in glory. This is amazing. So he's encouraging us to remember that we have been raised with Christ, that Jesus has shown us, hey, this is what you were designed for. You guys were trapped in the muck and mire of your sin and not living for my glory or for your own health or for the good of your neighbors. And I've redeemed you, and here's what it looks like for you to walk according to the Spirit, because your life is hidden with Christ in God. And he then puts feet to that and says, so here's how I want you to follow Christ. Put to death, verse 5, put to death, therefore, what's earthly in you: sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil, desire, and covetousness, which is idolatry. On account of these, the wrath of God is coming. In these you too once walked when you were living in them. But now you must put them all away: anger, wrath, malice, slander, and obscene talk from your mouth. Don't lie to one another, seeing that you have put off the old self with its practices, and that you've put on the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge after the image of its creator. Live unto what you're being renewed in. Wow. Here there is not Greek or Jew, circumcised and uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave, free, but Christ is all and in all. Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other. As the Lord has forgiven you, so you must also forgive. And above all these things, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs with thankfulness in your hearts to God. And whatever you do, in word or deed, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. I would encourage you to read through Colossians 3, 1 through 17 again and again. Be praying for John Tyler as he prepares to preach for us on Sunday morning. I'm looking forward to hearing it. And then also, would you consider praying? I'm going to do this briefly, but would you consider praying through Colossians 3? You know, we've been using it as part of our confession of sin. You probably recognize sections of it, but then pray like this, even verse 12, Lord Jesus, grant me and the rest of CFC the power, experiencing the reality that we are your chosen ones, to know that we are holy and beloved. Give us a security in you. And then from that security, help us to put on compassion, kindness, humility, and meekness. Would you help us to bear with one another and to forgive one another? Bind everything together in love. That kind of thing. You guys have a great Tuesday. See you Sunday.